And I have here today two very popular pens, one being the Micron and the other one being the Sharpie. So let's go ahead and compare these pens and see what the difference is going to be in them as far as line quality, feathering, and all the other little minute details that we can find. Now first up, we're going to try the Sharpie. And I know a lot of people do some doodles with these. They use different types of Sharpies. You've got your fine point, the bold, you've got your Sharpie Pen. They do also come in different colors as well and line widths. So let's go ahead and compare the Sharpie here. This one is actually running out. I am just going through a lot of Sharpie pens. This will be the Sharpie, and this will be the Micron. Okay, now let's go ahead and check the lines. I'm going to draw a quick line, a average speed line, and then a slow line. It's quick, average, and slow. Now the pen that I'm going to be comparing it to, the Micron, is the Micron 0.8 or 0.08, which is an equivalent to a 0.50 millimeter line. So I'm going to assume that the line width of this is going to be similar to the Sharpie pen from my drawing experience. Let's go ahead and compare that. First up, we're going to draw a quick line, a normal speed line, and then a slow line. Okay, one thing I will say that I notice about these pens here is that the Micron is a little bit darker of an ink than the Sharpie, which you're going to get because what is in this is more of a better quality ink. It's archival and it doesn't really fade or anything. I've had drawings done by these and they last quite a while, whereas the Sharpie is going to fade over time quite a bit in comparison. Now these are really popular for doodles. They come in more sizes than the Sharpie. The Sharpies, they don't really have much difference in sizes. I mean, if you got the Sharpie pen, you've got your bold pen. Well, it's a fine point, but in comparison, it's pretty bold for making details. And then you've got your ultra fine point. So with the microns, you've got the point 1, the point 2, the point 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and different sizes, smaller. They come in more colors, and you get more options with it. Also, this one here has a stronger clip on it than what is on the Sharpie. This is a plastic clip, so if you want something that's not going to break as easily, maybe you want it on your shirt, then I'm going to go with the Micron. Also, if you want something that is for school, taking notes that you want to not fade, or is better at being water resistant, probably going to be the Micron. The Sharpie is a bit cheaper than the Micron, and overall I think the Micron has a better quality ink. Now let's compare the lines. As you can see here, the Sharpie has a thin line, probably slightly thinner than the Micron, but then again I could use a much thinner Micron and get a very thin line, which I do have here, and I will show you what that looks like, which I can't actually draw. I don't want to draw too fast with this because, as you can see, it has a very tiny nib on it, so I got to be careful here. I can't press real hard like I was doing with the other two. So yeah, that's a much thinner line. It's probably half the width of the Sharpie, and that was with the 0.05. So as you can see, the feathering on the paper, pretty much similar. I would say that the Micron has a little bit more feathering than Sharpie, but that's probably only because it's a wider line. The wider the line, the more ink you're letting out, the more feathering you're going to get. So if I compare it again, as I said with the 0.5, and I draw slow, there's not really any feathering, so that's just because of the line width. So as far as feathering, they're pretty much equal. Micron might actually be a little bit better if they're the exact same width. I do have a Micron that is the same width as this, but the ink in it is dried out, or ran out actually, so I can't really compare that. So this is the closest I have to compare it to the Sharpie as far as line width. So all in all, I think these are good pens, both very popular. So let's go ahead and compare the reflection of the light for the Sharpie. Then now we're going to try the Micron. I will say I did notice with the Micron, it does seem to be more responsive. You get more feedback from the paper when you're drawing with it, and it seems a bit smoother as well. A little bit more reflection with the Sharpie and the light, and the Micron's a little bit darker as expected because of the higher quality ink. So yeah, these are both good pens, good options for creating all kinds of doodles. So go ahead and let me know in the comments below which pen you prefer and why that would be. Which pen do you like to make doodles with? For me personally, it kind of depends on what sketchbook I'm using. The Micron I will use for higher quality paper, whereas the Sharpie I will use in my cheaper sketchbooks or for just doing quick sketches. But I think that in the long run, if you want a higher quality pen, I would go with the Micron. If you just want to make some doodles, you're not worried about everything being perfect or lasting quite as long, go with the Sharpie. It's going to be a little bit cheaper, but either pen is going to be a good choice, and that's all up to you. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and let me know what you think down below in the comments of this video. I'll see you later in the next video. Have a good day.